on defense at least, they have to fight heavier over towards the signs. We got RRQ on attack, we got GenG on defense. We got, only one sheriff. Does that mean they don't win pistol? They broke their rule, dudes. I'm telling you, they're two sheriff pistols. Its win rates through the roof.
To stomp down against RRQ, or will this be a new beginning
got a
for
Killjoy.
the Indonesian squad?
Gonna put the turret out in default, but also has the backup
definitely a lot of hope
sheriff as well.
For RRQ right now, but at least in this Korean stadium, a lot more support for the GenG side. But starting things off already.
Think you cast if you don't have double sheriff. You guys went against the rule. Lose one, instant reaction, double push down towards C.
Yeah, no damage taken.
Or lose A, double push.
Holding a bit of an angle,
and Yeoman is in the biggest one and done pause I've ever seen. Unless the wall comes up in time after the fast shot.
There's util in hand. There's the flash coming out. The flash point. Toxic screen just to keep them at bay. Yeoman decided to drop back out. He does a lot of damage to that shot.
He did tank him with the recon here. We got a push behind. We got no util for this one because obviously the turret was used. Oh. We got human turret. It's all good.
Need to stay in that spot. Backing off now.
Rockdart went over towards default, did a little bit of damage.
Short might give them a little bit more value finding Foxy9. That's the only person that they spotted, so maybe.
Okay, get close, drop your own wall. No, Munchkin's pushed for his own wall. Is he like trying to bait that he wouldn't push for his own wall?
I'm not sure. So the turret working out for Xfero. Estrella also another cleanup against Yeoman. It's just going to be Charon all alone. Now comes the hunt. Okay, he still gets one, but
no double sheriff, not a pistol on this one.
The Dash talked about it because she has been looking the sharpest for the squad, even as the new addition. He puts up another one for himself.
Yeah, no idea where we are for pistols. Someone give me the pistol record. I was going to attempt to just guess it, but
at the same time for the whole team to really just pile drive their way through into this A site. I mean, they've kind
I would have gone with a 3-2.
Plays this way, you know, like what
that's what I would guess.
Was saying as well back on the desk that.
But I think that's wrong. 3-2 for RRQ. Kind of close. 4 passes to
oh well, it's a 3-stack here as well from RRQ.
Absolutely melted them, but we got Foxy9, who they haven't found.
Okay, Foxy9 still left over. Not gonna get stunned. Wow. He gets 2 kills. Is this another repeat?
My goodness, I was gonna say he's a unit.
Avoiding danger
tanking all the shots.
Still keeping that full health, but it's already. Weapons dropped. Xfero has to come back. Has to be in position to pick it up at the end of the round. Yeoman,
the EDG win? Yeah, that's impressive, dude. Honestly, for Trace, we're going to win that. I'm impressed they won Bind.
Still having a Spectre being able to
and they won 3-1.
But down to the last one, Yeoman.
They did
nice
shot. They did just step up in the last game that I saw. So
Xfero marking with the sheriff. So picks up the round. A little bit
EDG in grand finals. Actually, always win the grand finals, especially in China.
Nice peek out here from GenG,
and champs now,
for that pre-fire as well. And Foxy9 continue to prove that if they're coming into my site, I will be good for a couple extra kills, showcasing that new GenG classic. But Xfero picking one up for himself as well. And now Toxic Screen still
right. Bonus round for RRQ, and they got a really good buy.
Too much value just yet, and RRQ just chooses to ignore it. They're going for that C site once again.
Yeah, a little bit of spam damage.
Same triple peak. But this time, what they see
we
is
are farming orbs on the Omen. Nope, on the breach.
So putting pressure on that, it looks like it's just going to be a step-by-step clear as their default, right? Putting some pressure on C main, putting some pressure over by Garage.
Yeah, pretty sure the comms didn't come in fast enough and the alarm bot got destroyed.
Eventually that opens them up to maybe go for a B hit, but right now it's going to be another Garage. There's the Nano Swarm drawn out, some damage taken.
Quick enough from Foxy9. Texture, it's kind of rotating back and forth across B as well, but now smoked off.
Okay, over towards A.
So it does.
We haven't been holding this line the whole time, and there is a bit of pressure over towards short. And I think Yeoman's taking a bit of a gamble on this, but as we can see, it's going to pay off. And Foxy9 has got a lot to do.
The drone, you know, a little bit there. Texture made a bit of a movement to try to force RRQ to think about Garage, but they actually just doubled down. More players being sent through, and that's going to be the opening kills.
Very nice for the bonus. They managed to get one, which makes it tempting and doable, but he doesn't have a wall.
Not too bad,
and we don't have an Omen flash.
Just waiting to
so how on after they get over towards site?
Smoke going to clear. Cushy.
And
Still waiting.
I love the fact
There's a recon. It's a quick hit from
that
Xfero.
Estrella goes to where they just got to kill.
Down the retake. Xfero good for another.
Pistol into the bonus. 4 people surviving. Money through the roof.
Death from Munchkin, trying to cover for Texture, but he stays a bit too long.
Great start.
He gets sniped out by Jemkin on the swing out from backside. And that really spelled trouble for GenG. Yeah, Texture, you know, he trades it through spam through the smoke, but already you've given up so much space.
And ultimately, that's what gives RRQ the win and the site. Starting things off on a map like this, you know, I was thinking they looked pretty good, RRQ, playing against DFM last week. Being able to shut down Mei that much. Now you're seeing Texture coming in with that Neon, and so far, especially on this defensive side,
what's the pros of using Killjoy over Cypher? So it used to be, people don't use it as much anymore, but it used to be that you could like have your alarm bot or turret over towards B with a molly, and you would normally be able to like stop the plant or stop them getting over towards B. And you would pretty much not have to hold or worry about B, right? Because people used to do like alarm bot here, and then like double mollies or like one molly or one molly to stop the plant. It kind of saves you like your breach util here, but all the time now people just use it to just fight these areas a bit more.
So we'll see if they continue to do that
and
right
then
now.
obviously the Cypher is just better on the A stuff and just mixing up info, kill trips, and just being able to flood in.
But for now, GenG, you know, hearing that little bit of early shots now stacking up towards A. 4 players on this side, I should say.
The Killjoy, you pretty much, well, at least with how GenG play it, you pretty much are fighting a lot more than leaving it.
All right, waiting for it. It's going to be a multi-swing with Texture, and there he goes. He's trying to weave, and there's a good paranoia. The spray
He nearly got an extra on there as well. Great molly on top of this one. And you would have seen me speak about this quite a few times, like a DRX, when you have 4 people starting over towards A and you're doing some kind of punish. And this was a different form, where we had 3 here, and 1 Omen on short. And this is their version of it because they don't have the breach. And honestly, it's awesome. And this is what I was flaming Furia for, the fact that they didn't have a strat like this, where you're like heavy punishing A.
Utility in their face, and the war cries sound out.
Yeah, Charon once again really becoming just
every team's got one. Well, every team should have one.
Now trying to get ahead.
Or like their own version.
Back onto the A site.
It's definitely a lot better with breach because you like damage here, force them into the open stun.
No attention given to Garage or B.
With that, money's great. We got a judge for Foxy holding aggro, and we have a turret over C. So on his own, he's holding the whole of this. So if they did want to lean 4 people over towards A, they could.
Be a bit of a tell for GenG at least. So 3 players very ready to receive.
Yeah, and they're starting to. Karen's going to be here with maybe able to flash through.
So that's why GenG is so confident. There's a drone out, but Jemkin gets ahead of it with a nice little peek.
The 6th shot.
Lovely. And now with the drone already spent as well.
Yeah, smokes out. Munchkin holding a close angle. If he can survive, it could be good. He's going to get one. Is he ready for another? There's the rolling thunder.
Munchkin's probably dead, but he can hide behind.
But they can't get in just quite yet. Munchkin, he's still holding strong.
Monya was too slow.
They have to clear out Munchkin.
That guy tanked the breach short and was just allowed to chill. Yeah, I don't know if I missed anything. I don't think I did. Maybe Munchkin had a molly towards short that I missed, but
despite the rolling thunder, despite the attempt at a hit,
definitely Monya needed to speed up there and trust in the breach short.
Getting that opening pick with a peek out against the drone, it just wasn't quite enough because
he has no molly. I have no idea why he hasn't fully sent it. Got the freedom of the wall as well. It's hard because he's like the 1 out of the 3-1, but
they can't do it. Too many players already receiving all those hits in kind, and Munchkin just continuing to hold.
Okay, back-to-back rounds, and a good amount of people surviving for GenG. They get the op now out for Texture. He is over towards C. And they lose A control. Reaction from that. Push down C again with the op. What is that? Okay. Missed the, gun barrel's gonna... No.
The only place to go right now for RRQ is going
3
to be
people
that
on
B-side.
C though. Sorry,
Jemkin,
B.
He's ahead of it. He spots Omen. He gets 1 kill. He instantly gets traded by Foxy9. Foxy9 is back on the site. No one gets through.
What happened? Was he lit up? Was it a drone or a recon and I just didn't notice? How does he hit that 3rd kill?
I mean, what can you truly do? Needing to kind of hang back. I mean, the spike is
I didn't see anything.
But All the angles being held. Foxy9 on the other side. No way. The toxic screen comes back up, and they're looking for some kind of a lucky spam, but nothing's being found. 50 seconds left on the clock. They still have
got
quite
the
a bit to play through.
They still got the
save is
full
something you have to consider here. Yeah, look at the position.
There's not too much time for A. You're probably going to see Yeoman start watching in about 15-10 seconds.
No real options.
And they can just hold the spike heavy. And it's
being
another
on the
round
attacking
with so
side
many
that you
people
had
surviving.
quite a few, plays in
3K
mind to
on
get
top of
ahead
this,
the
like
game in the first half.
they're
And
an
if that's
insane
not coming
pause
to fruition,
money-wise.
the coaches may want to remind their players on what they
Shout out to
prepared.
Foxy9. What is that?
What we saw in the pistol round.
I mean, there were
worked
3
out
people here,
wonders, but
and they had the
now
confidence with the
these
fast
3
flood
rounds
because the
from
Omen
GenG, I mean,
flash.
trap plays, just Foxy9 doing his thing.
But still.
You really need to find more solutions, right? Thinking back to maybe that triple peek down C, but this time.
I did also like this from GenG. The first time they kind of leaned heavy into just B and one person, Yeoman, just getting info over towards A. They did this after they shut down A, thinking that they're probably going to try something different. Up towards C, 3-person.
Trying to figure things out. Maybe you have a little bit of faith. It is quite early in the map.
Yeah, there is no tag on that.
Yeah, that confidence really starting to come back up, and there is the timeout from RRQ. And I have to imagine that maybe a bit of that macro, right, trying to force their way onto that A site twice in a row. And there was a mistiming there, too, where they were trying to push out Munchkin, but the 2 members from Short Cushy gets caught, but Magnet pushes
What's
out
on NRG? It was a good performance yesterday.
So lots of small things
I think
to
they could
retool,
do
but the more important thing is you
relatively
have 6
deep lower
rounds
bracket
left.
run.
What does the macro look like
It's
round
just
to
the
round?
fact that
And what have we noticed
Sentinels
so far
G2
how
are
we're
going to
not
be
able to
hard.
break through A or B side. The only success they've
Whichever one
had
they
is going to
face.
be on that C side.
Yeah, after the pistol as well, so that's when they had firepower. But right now, with the full dice coming in from
So I like the
GenG,
Viper wall on A.
on
I mean, this
op,
is
and
the
there's
one that
a
we used all the
lot
time.
that
So
GenG could do.
I gotta say,
You're
yeah.
also thinking about how you want to work against that Viper wall from Munchkin that's just been so oppressive right now.
So that toxic screen, kind of the key part of why they were having trouble getting in through both the A and B site.
Why not wall to retake over towards C? They got smoke to retake. They have Viper smoke, yeah.
So now it is going to be pressure on the A
So
side.
it's same thing. This is how we used to play it. Just wall to fight, retake smoke to fight, or retake. And then once the sky became a bit stronger, that's when this stuff and this smoke became the one.
More security too. There it is.
And honestly, this stuff is great.
Texture
I think you want to change up dependent on the comp you're playing.
Yeah, but they did this
I would
last
say.
round. Now RRQ wasn't quite aware of
GenG will
but it seems like they
relentlessly
made the call
always
that
go
this
for
had
this.
to have happened, given
12
the
out of
positions,
12
and how
rounds.
they just didn't spot him, and Magnet doesn't
Yeah,
quite spot
very
him
nice.
first.
A
Texture,
default again, lose
wary
A control
of that
reaction.
angle
It's been
after
over
the
towards C
timeout.
each time.
Oh, that had to have been the big call in the timeout, and yet it falls. The Omen gone. No smokes for RRQ on the attack.
Just fatal. Right now, I mean, how do you work your way around the mid rounds?
Drone goes
the
in.
op is
Don't
there.
do it. Don't do it.
Coming back
Don't
in
do
to
it.
challenge maybe with the fault line, sure. But Texture just instantly backs off.
Oh,
Quickly sprints away. Foxy9 coming back into relay and support the C side as well.
So you were able to push him away. At least you masked some of that information, but the turret is still there on C main. I think they heard it. So if you really want full control, you're going to have to break that, but they don't have much time. It just has to be a hit. GenG, assuming that it's a full rotate because of the lack of information. Foxy9 once again alone on the site.
Yeah, Foxy9's going to have to do a lot again. He's in that pause.
So they're slowed down just a bit. Foxy9 peeks out, but
Recon was going to wreck him. And then was the wall up or something? Because normally they would reactively smoke here. Holy. Okay, at least he distracted enough for Munchkin to clean up on this.
Good attempt
He was going to get hit by the recon Foxy, and I think the fuel was low on the smoke, so he had to just go and do something.
But ultimately,
People ask him why
the
he's swinging.
damage was done. The player that got eliminated right early on was Magnet. That means your smokes are gone.
Yeah, he had like a window before he got absolutely owned.
To get the spike down, or at least an attempt to get the spike down. These early sight lines from the back of C-Link, from Defender Spawn, were completely open for Texture to
Wait, is he talking about the fact that he was doing the bug?
And that C site now held as well. RRQ.
The head bob?
I gotta imagine that in the server they're starting to feel that they're running out of options, trying to go for that default spam through the wall, pushing the op out of A main, but
Okay, big change up in where they put the op on this, and we also have 2 hero guns and a Sova ult if it gets a little bit close. Drone to set up the op.
There's that position.
And the Sova is committed. And as soon as this drone goes over towards short, you know where this guy's droning from.
Still don't know. Nobody's checking outside of C main either. So
Here comes
much
the drone on short,
RRQ
so Texture knows for sure that guy's in this corner.
Spending that owl drone. This costs quite a bit
Oh,
for RRQ, but okay, majestic shot from Cushy out of nowhere.
I mean, you can't help but feel. Oh,
oh my god. Instant reaction from losing A is just Foxy swinging out for Garage, and he's just popped 2 of them.
Clean with it.
Jemkin at least made it a trade, so we're kind of back to square one with 3-on-3.
Yeah, but no controls.
What happened
for
to
RRQ.
this guy?
Still double controller for
That's
GenG.
insane.
And now Charon trying for.
Oh my god, they're all doing it.
GenG's pickups have always proven themselves. As the spike is now stranded, Cushy all alone. Charon expects him. He gets the 3rd kill. And everybody coming online 1 by 1 for GenG.
I can't math correctly, but I think that was like 1 second. And he got the transfer. Yes, it was a micro flick. They're really close, but still so ridiculously impressive.
They're both nuts.
And a bit of an unfortunate win for Jemkin because the trade wasn't quite there. And that is pretty much the round for GenG. You know, pushes out from both sides. Cushy, impressive as well.
Foxy 9, backup Judge, I think, has dropped on the floor here.
And this is what we see a lot of teams struggle with against the Viper comp, is that you give it a lot of respect,
Maybe he's
especially once the op comes out. I mean, you don't really have an option, right? Because now you have to worry about the op, but then on top of that, the extra smokes as well. And once you start respecting that, you run out of time. You can't really push and pull across the map. RRQ struggling with that same idea.
GenG
we'll focus onto the
set one up over towards A to hold this, but there's been a smoke that's blocked vision. So right now Yeoman's going to drone over towards short, I imagine, to clear this.
Trying to stay 1 step ahead.
And they're going to probably hit us and have a good timing over towards A. One inserted, maybe late take Garage, late luck through Garage, late B. Could pull his team back as well if he hears rotate.
This time, back to it all. It's Xfero on the classic lurk, with the rest of the team slowly creeping up A. They got to deal with
this. If Foxy pushes here, this is the first time it's like not a reaction and just him pushing. Oh, that is insane. He should not be winning that. But it does pull the rotate, and we kind of missed our spot from here. Does he Sova ult, or do they save it for a retake? Should have saved for a retake.
It's just a Hunter's Fury for
Got 1 shock to do some damage on the planter. Doesn't even want to risk it. I think that's smart.
For this retake, the updraft just to fake them out.
Got 1 going under heaven.
Just yet. There's a blind op shot.
And Yeoman has a retake.
Waiting close.
Recon.
For
we do have damage, and we have Sova shock or a recon if they want to break this Killjoy out. There goes the damage, there goes the shock. Looks like it should be enough. They kill the Killjoy ult.
So now he gets to hold close once again.
It's the backup plan. Backup plan's to send it.
A bit of a double kill, and Monyet swings back up to the top.
Hey, shout out to RRQ, they were very much on top of this one. I think GenG needed a backup plan, which should have been Yeoman going down on the ground and Sova ulting, but
So the other
I maybe would have been too late for it. It was good from this was good from RRQ. I wonder if GenG just thought they were gonna like Sova ult the Killjoy ult, and then they would have just been 5v3 on site. The fact they used the breach aftershock and the shock dart means that everyone can be on site and they can just play the crossfires.
Shows again things flowing pretty much smoothly for RRQ, even when they're faced with adversity. That flashpoint from Estrella giving so much support. Up for
fast Garage take.
Next round though,
I say fast Garage take.
On both sides.
Slow Garage take.
RRQ once again trying to assert a bit more presence across the map.
I like the late turret from
Why do they believe in Viper so much? I think Munchkin just really likes Viper.
Shock darts try to clear out Garage, trying to draw a lot of attention. It's going to be 2 members here, and Temkin gets ahead of the operator. That's Garage opened up. Operator down for GenG.
Big pickup for RRQ. So then they're able to kind of spread a little bit more across the map. You know, minute left. Munchkin comes back in to refill that space that Texture kind of leaves.
Yeah, so this is how old GenG would have played. Is they would have pushed out from somewhere else and then regroup elsewhere. But the new GenG working a little differently. Munchkin going to go for the re-clear, and they're still waiting for it.
Breach
He
saw
tries to find a timing, but
when he went a little bit close to the door. Foxy has to kill 3.
Foxy9 again. Foxy9, he gets 1, he gets 2. How many times will RRQ run into his open arms?
He's just here to kind of give him a good
And
old
he
hug.
plays passive because we got a fast flank and he knows that he's not the person to play. But he should just make sound in garage right now.
Do they know about the flank?
Karan from the back.
It's very fast. There's no util to watch
Karan.
for. Nobody's suspecting it. They line up for the double.
God, it's
And
incredible,
there's
man.
Foxy9
is
3K,
actually
the two
looking
youngsters
unreal.
of GenG clean things up.
He's looking unreal. Doesn't
Unstoppable.
overheat, doesn't do anything, kills
Foxy9
both
again,
of
you
them,
gotta
gets
take a
out
look
of the
at
sight,
replay
knows that the
because
next
they're
person
just
to
kinda
play is
walking into
Karan.
him. A bit of an additional support smoke
Like,
from Karan, and he kind of plays hiding inside of it. And although Jemkin kind of tries to get across, Foxy9 is able to react so darn well. And Karan so quick to kind of come back in with that support.
The
Meteor,
thing
yeah,
is,
he's looking
just
like a
with the two
Meteor
members
clone.
coming in from garage, it's not that
Insane.
RRQ necessarily played it so poorly. It's just that Foxy9
Yeah,
so ahead
this
of it.
little
He lets
combo-
the jet pass,
this
and he
little
says, "I'll
combo
get the
looks
first
good.
guy
The
first,
Karan,
and then I'll fight you close
they're like
range."
playing
It's
off
just
each other
so
well.
quick, so
When one of them
confident.
steps up, the other then steps up.
Have to be, especially after all those performances all across today. But right now, back into it. It's RRQ.
Call me Tayron. Thank
once
you for saying that,
again
bro. I
trying to
appreciate the
break
kind words.
across the defenses. This time it's
Yeah,
in
thank
with
you
the
for saying that, dude.
Blade Storm, so maybe setting up for the hit. And Karan on the other side, flash.
Flash,
Does get sent through.
There's
flash.
the paranoia, but meanwhile, you've already sent texture down to it,
tanked
so you
this.
have another angle for the retake. Karan gonna get taken out backside, now taken over. It's clean
That was
and
sick,
clinical
though. Fair
execute,
play, the
but
boss
do
was
they
good.
have any idea about texture?
Jemkin did
Doesn't look like it.
incredible.
He could get a massive multi-kill. He waits, he panics, he's not able to get the double. But Smike's still
the
planning for
movement on the
RRQ,
first
and it's
kill.
just going to
A
be
little bit
Foxy9.
unlucky on the first guy that was shooting.
Has been doing so well so far
Would've
today,
killed him already.
but now against the numbers, bit of a hop up, and it's easily spotted out by Jemkin.
He plays this spot all the
Texture
time.
could
Oh,
have
he
had
plays.
an
Yeah,
incredible
he
hit
plays
there,
in
but
this
I don't
square
know if you
like
can really
the
blame him. It's
entire
going to be
game.
impossible
But
no matter what, with so many members already on site. Meanwhile, credit where credit is due, going above the toxic screen for info.
He's got a fair amount of things he
His
can
teammates ready to cover each other on
do
the
in
angle.
terms of
RRQ
Viper smoke.
waking
But
up. Is it too late? We'll have to see, but they'll want to get at least 6. Round this out to a 6-6 half.
Making it close.
Only Thunder online.
you would imagine they take this one, RRQ. They got too many ults.
More than 3 times the
GenG
kills of
agree with what
anybody
I'm
else
saying.
on
They
his
decide to
team,
go
really
aggro. They do
trying to
not
drag
want to
them
sit
across the
back and
finish
get
line.
wrecked by these ults.
Ridiculous. Keen now back towards mid. Cushy
Push
though,
out.
ooh, able to snipe them through from the window. And there's the Rolling Thunder straight
way,
in,
got
collapsing
2
through. But
before the
Munchkin
ult
still
hit
able to
him.
shoot them down as it happens. Again, and
Texture
Xfero finding those
had a
trades, and now a
chance,
bit of
yeah.
an opportunity, a 2-on-1 against GenG's Yeoman.
Yeah, using the lockdown to make sure that Yeoman can't approach anytime soon. Yeoman, does he try to go and delete the lockdown?
Yeah, I mean,
No,
what
he's
is
just
he meant to
gonna
do
hold
here?
back, sees if they push in,
Other
but he
than
will just
respect
take
it.
his time. He'll go for the reset. At the very least, the lockdown was used before
No
it was
vision
planted,
blocks,
so he
so
still has some time. But it's just gonna
they
be
just go
a
down
far
towards
and
long.
away. You can hold with that one way, so even with the pings being nerfed, you still have some sight lines. Trying to get rid of those nano swarms.
Truck
One will be popped.
break the
Denied a second
mollies.
clear.
That molly's a little bit off.
Okay, checking out Covey. But oh, it got spotted out quickly by Xfero.
Yeah, he
So
knows where the
knows
omen
where
is
they
now.
are now. But hit
Yeah.
by the flash. Ah.
Not sure if there was a reposition there. Yeoman, his sight lines are being bothered. He just hopes that they will peek. He has to tap for another, and Xfero just swings
RRQ did
out
good to get 6.
for that third kill. Tied 6-6. These
this
two
is a
teams
sick
just
half to
can't
watch, though.
get
It's
enough
fun.
of each other.
You gotta love it. If anything, it is entertaining Valorant between the two teams. Down to it, you just might think GenG starting to find that huge lead. Foxy9 being able to put up those big performances, incredible holds. But just as it starts to happen,
6 and up,
RRQ
are you
comes
asking
in with
for?
some set plays of their own. First it was
I think
through
6
the
on
toxic
defense
screen
in this
up and
comp's
over.
pretty good.
Then the next round,
If,
straight in with a
for
Rolling
GenG.
Thunder down mid. Cushy finds a bit of a frag, and then an opportunity to deal against Munchkin. And once that's gone, all that's left, Yeoman, a 2-on-1, just masterfully and perfectly played outside of C-Long.
So now a bit of a reset. Obviously, Haven with the 3 sites, traditionally favoring that attack side. But especially when it comes down to that Viper composition, it's all about the control of that toxic screen. We imagine at the very
You
least in
want
the
breach
beginning
way
of that,
more with the
you'll go
Viper since you're
for
running Neon.
that A lobby toxic
Yeah,
screen all
it's
the way through A link.
it combos well.
And Now,
Like
many teams have seen
make up
right?
for the
And
no breach pretty good.
Munchkin, he pilots it very, very well. One of the best
I think,
on this map. But we started to see it slowly
I think the
get
Viper
broken
adds a
apart
good
last
amount,
year as
honestly.
well.
I would never
So
like
we'll
look
see
at
what
this and be
RRQ
like, oh,
has
they need to
prepared.
play a breach. Like, the
did
Viper
look
does so much good
again
stuff.
Pretty good against DFM last week, and Jemkin was one of those players who were able to shut down those neons.
Why did I retire as a coach? I stopped coaching. I haven't necessarily retired. I stopped coaching just because I knew we weren't going to win anything with the team I was in, and no one wanted to make changes apart from me, so I left.
Just 15. Yeah, 15 and 10. Yeah, Xfero following up at 8, but slowly everyone else on RRQ will have to wake up. All right, showing off the GenG Classic with its trophies there. A little new addition of that feature for the 2025
That shock
capsules.
is
okay.
chunky.
Big chip damage onto GenG. All right, that's a lot of members. Xfero gonna have to play it safe. It's gonna be down to Cushy. There's a crossfire. He gets 2, and they're all stuck there.
Incredible.
Look at the fault line, just keeping them tied up. Spike down. You can retrieve it, but it's starting to look very tough for GenG.
Yeah, Cushy down low. He doesn't want to give up the alt orb either, so he's actually hiding back safe. The smoke comes up just in time as well. I mean, look at RQ just playing the numbers game right now. GenG, you know, maybe double back or hang back, find another opportunity.
I don't mind this from RRQ, especially given how low Cushy was, and you just weren't sure if they would go for a fast flood.
Yeah, well,
no
I mean,
matter
they can
what.
5
But now that they've made
retake
up their mind,
together.
it does have to become a retake. And I mean, I would be a little scared, right? Just because Karon's still alive. And yo, man, he's had his moments in the past as well.
Trevor
So
smiling, yeah.
So low, we'll see. GenG
Double
can't
pistol on
completely write
this.
them off just yet. Karon's going to try to get
Double
ahead of
pistol
things.
would be
He's gonna
nice.
allow Yo, man to just go for the plant himself.
Still gotta deal with
See if he can cut off that
Karen's
rotation.
frenzy.
Light shield frenzy for Karon too, so that actually is an added potential. But right now, at least with all 5, you know, they do have all that utility to work with. And Karen's kind of leaving Yo-Man
I'm not sure he can
alone
get
now,
5 from
straight
here.
in towards spawn. He spots all of
He's
them
like
out,
so
but
committed.
doesn't quite have the opportunity to spray through. No shots connected,
But
and that's just a 1 HP Yo-Man.
RQ did great to just
Stunned.
RQ did great to
Oh, he just tries to hide right
F-ball
around the
together.
corner. Like, surely they don't check. Surely.
I'm gonna go stealth mode.
Yeah, exactly. It's like those cartoons where you just hide around the corner, they all run by. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Honestly, if it was a ghost, I think Karon probably maybe gets a couple there, but with the frenzy, it's tough when you have so many targets. Just sprinkle here and there. Now let's see what the buys are gonna be. You do get the spike plant, so I'm curious if GenG tries to go for a force here.
Definitely would be an interesting prospect given how GenG has come in with these performances thus far.
All right, just the Sheriffs. Yeah, they
Outlaw?
don't traditionally go for it. They trust in their Sheriffs quite a
Nice.
bit. This time it'll be the same
GenG
thing.
love a
For
big
Jemkin.
investment
That's
into the
right.
second rounds.
Still though, it's kind of
Teams
being
could
tossed aside
punish
because
that,
of
I
toxic
think.
screen
'Cause
from
again, if
Munchkin.
they don't get the plant down
Might be
here,
able to hold it at the very
is
least.
this not 4
Munchkin has
people
managed to slip through
that either
onto the other parts of the
buying
map,
Guardian
though.
heavy armor or
Chase through with
getting
the
the light
fault line
armor,
support from B site.
or they're missing some
You know the
util?
breach was somewhere closer to C
Wait,
lane.
what
Ooh, a
the
little
hell
bit
is
of
that
chip
extra damage on shot?
Against Cushy. Yeah, that's a lot actually.
That was a
All
lot
the
of
way down.
damage.
Regen armor comes back up.
And they kind of identified
Alarm
the
bot swing
breach
for
really
Estrella,
back
or in
B
this
as
case
well,
now
thanks to the fault
damage.
line earlier on. So maybe looking for a quick way to slip on through. The nano storms and everything getting broken apart as well.
Like the
Avalanche
like the
just
attempt from
bait,
Foxy
so a
there.
bit of kill against Foxy 9. That was not so bad.
Yeah, and look at the setup on A as well. Cushy prepared to provide support on B if needed, but he can still watch Jemkin's back if Munchkin comes back in. Meanwhile, 2 people still stacked up to hold on to B site. However, if the Neon is able to create distance, the C site hit could be a bit dangerous. Monyet finds one. Counter paranoia goes out.
Whoa. Estrella with the fault line as well. It is ready, so maybe he's setting up for a
Uh-oh.
hit.
Oh,
Again,
Munchkin
pivot back over
Actually
towards
just
here as
comes
long
back
as
in off of that
Texture,
early
sorry, as long as
distraction.
Munchkin
Straight into the A side he goes.
doesn't miss
And
a
that's
shot
a
here, they
massive
might be in a
pickup.
really
The
good
Outlaw
spot. We've got
against
2 people that can get
RRQ,
1
2
shot.
members
He's
at
got a
a
smoke here, he got a
one-hit.
molly here as well. I would be tempted
You
to
go
delay
the
for his
repeat.
team.
Cushy is the one who's weak.
Molly,
He gets taken down. They're trying to
smoke.
push him before the reload.
Yeah,
It's
he
a
got a
good
jump
push.
peek with
Are they
that
trying
one.
to
A
play
little
for
bit
time? Spike
unlucky.
gets planted
Still,
no matter
got
what.
him
Estrella is
space.
stuck. He doesn't have a
Jules
way
go
out
in.
from the snake bite.
Big swing out with the double swing.
Texture, he's holding close.
Stun's
There's the
incredible.
relay bolt. He catches
And the stun was incredible. Hit both of them. Shout out to Munchkin as well. The fake pressure over towards C and B in Garage. And then Munchkin just takes a timing, wins the big 1v1 of the isolated person over towards A.
With a thorn in their sides, just
And then,
continuing to prick
I mean, honestly, did
prod
enough.
at them so many times with that ghost. Down to the final moments where
Got one, got the molly off.
The C site, sneaks on through, gets that kill against Jemkin, and that's the outlaw picked
rough
up
round for
RRQ
RRQ.
as well. The snake bite at the end of
They
it,
do
just
this a
cherry
lot,
on
by
top.
the way.
But this is something we knew about GenG
On their
last year as
ecos,
well.
they do
won't
this
give
a
up until
lot.
the very
Insert
last
him
second.
here.
So Munchkin leaves that extra option open. We talked about it with Munchkin, Texture, Meteor. The ones who will always deep lurk until the very, very last second of a possibility of a rotate. And RQ, they just kind of slip up on that focus. Cushy leaves that window open, tries to rotate a little bit too soon.
He hasn't really, maybe had that experience against GenG before, so now, you know, needing to find that out on the fly.
Yeah, well,
The
the extra investment that we were talking about
really, you know, no guns for
was
RQ,
one of the
yeah,
reasons, pretty much the reason they won the round.
Really
Did he win it with a classic on A?
Tied
Maybe.
up at 7-7. You know you don't want to take those chances. It's a trap set up by a lobby. Munchkin starting to sense that something is off here. A main completely left open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 50 seconds. They gotta make a move. I did not keep an eye on where Yeoman used his drone. And they are going into the gamble stack, but do they go heavy short with the actual trap players?
Moment of truth.
Well,
okay, trying to fake that out. I don't know if that was a bit too hard of a sell right there.
how chill is Foxy on this?
No. They still managed to
Deluxe, thank you so much for the raid, dude. Hope stream is good.
Oh, there's the kill
Thank you for
from
that.
Jemkin. Dashes on through as well, but inside the smoke, the Shardies will come out, and that's going to be GenG being able to find those
handled
3
it well.
kills to capture
Who
the
gets the
site.
plant? Munchkin
So GenG really
closer to
slowing
his
things
ult.
down once they catch sight that it's more than one
Oops.
member. Monyet will get one, but that should be the end of it. Estrella stuck up at heaven.
I was unlucky.
Monyet
The
gets
fake
taken
TP
out.
from Monyet nearly got him another
Estrella
kill there, I'm
will
sure.
just be looking for any picks he can get. That's going to be none as Texture finds him through the wall, and GenG leads 8-7.
So still, GenG pretty much being able to keep themselves in
China was
control.
fun when the season ends
Despite
to re-enter the
RQ's
5
best
stacks.
efforts to
Let's think.
play
When's
some
it end
games
this year?
against them.
October, right?
Just
Middle of.
being able to come in with the
You got a
utility,
while
safe
to wait
enough.
before the games start.
It's again just how a testament to how GenG is able to stay ahead of
Mini
the
will
game.
play in the season though, surely. Mini's got more free time than me, I think. At the
Big
moment.
safe win. They're back with the co-celebration.
8-7, yes!
I think Harbor needs a buff,
All
yeah.
right, RRQ back with another buy.
I do.
See if they can regroup. A high-low setup on B site. Meanwhile, the Killjoy constantly being focused on A to combat.
Really
that
small, though.
toxic
I wouldn't
screen
give it
that
too much of a big
info.
one.
Estrella, he's caught out, but no! It's going to
Whoa.
be Jemkin who gets a double alongside Estrella's one.
That's
So
a
3-1
impressive
trade in favor of
two-person hold
RRQ.
front of B.
All outside of B as well. Now this is a RQ that has to be respected. GenG might be able to retrieve the spike, but
I think
where else
EDG or
could they
G2 is
truly
better. From
go?
what I've
Karen
seen so
trying to
far,
stay
I'd say
inside the smoke in
G2
case anyone does
way more
kind
in
of
form.
get ahead of it by going inside of the cubby, but it's not quite going to happen. So another smoke comes
I can
out.
change fast though. Don't get me wrong.
They leave C-side open.
I've also
They still
only
trust in
seen
that
2
turret
maps of
over
G2,
by
so-
A-side. Turret gets taken out.
And I've seen
So
like
that's a call
what?
for Xfero to slowly
Maybe like 10
go
maps
back
of
towards
EDG?
A. You know there was no on A main just yet because of that alarm bot, but you don't know how far they've pushed in from A short, so they'll leave that open as well.
And a deep smoke from Karen in towards, closer towards A-Link, just to block off spawn.
Oh, but this alarm bot not being clear, that might be the trouble for the remaining 2 members of GenG. I mean, it's a 2v4
I mean,
as
they
well.
might be able to get a plant here
but
though.
we'll see.
30
Do
seconds.
they
Smoke
try
heaven.
to identify it early enough? There's a smoke
Varus
coming out.
just gonna
draws
spam
Xfero
the
back,
right
alarm
side.
bot. Is there a spray? There is, but he's not going to take his chances. You have the numbers advantage. RQ wants to keep that.
Nice.
Tries to deny the default plan. It's just out of range.
And maybe a chance for Karen, but no, gets shot down.
Damage
by
for Foxy?
Jemkin really quick
No?
in.
Oh, you got one.
And going to go through as well. Despite
2
Xfero
armor,
jumping
sorry,
down,
2
it's gonna be
gun
Jemkin picking up
rebuys.
the quad kill to put
Could
themselves
if they
back up
want to
8
do
to
some
8.
kind of set strat, drop a gun, jet
It
knife.
seems like the writing's on the wall for how long this map is going to go, but both teams really
Money's
trading
incredible
blows
for GenG.
back and forth.
If Munchkin reaches,
Looking at the
what's he
economy,
reaching here?
GenG still okay for this
1-8,
next round. Obviously, that thrifty
1-6, he's
turnaround
reaching like 8K
allows the
here.
bank to stack up. Was a good high-low setup from RRQ, but how many more reads can you get ahead of time at the start of the round? That's the big question right now for Estrella and company.
Yeah, needing more rounds on the board, because right now GenG definitely has quite a bit of variety at them. Next one coming up once again. It's just going to be that full buy up, and okay, the judge from
the Judge Garage. And this is the pause that most people try and play against this comp, because it's the one place you can for sure hold down over towards A. There has been a bit of pressure over towards long, so they're currently droning it, so B is weak.
Gets him on that flick
I don't know how that one's hit.
And then the aftershock denied the plan.
I don't know how that one's hit, but it was incredible. They feel like they got to go
GenG
aggro with this one now.
Try to gain a little bit more space. RRQ respects it. Cushy trying to push back up with the fault line. He's not able to get it. The flash is late, but
Whoa, it's a great trade though. And Killjoy just left window, but wants to be in window.
So Jemkin needing to deal a little bit with Foxy9. Spots him out, tries to play around the walls, but not quite enough. The flash does come out for a bit of an opportunity for Estrella to kind of get into the site, but only good for the one. That still is enough with the numbers being found on the other side as Jemkin takes
Very
down
nice. Money's still good for GenG, especially with the buy.
Defuse for RRQ
Sorry,
to
so
come
especially
up
with the plant.
2-4
on top of this.
And I just
So they can all buy still. This will be light armor, that's about it.
Jemkin fully respected him in that duel, right? They spot each other. And the moment
Jemkin
Jemkin
could
does get
now
the first
throw
shot,
the gun
he
over.
resets with the
He's
cloud
got
burst
options.
and
He
tries
could
to create another angle.
buy an
Eventually,
op,
he wins out.
use his
But,
ult.
I mean, the way Jemkin was playing last week, it looked like he was just ready to duel no matter who came into his crosshairs. But given how many rounds that Foxy9 has gotten for GenG, the respect given over, and that safety secures the round here for RRQ.
Can't believe I'm awake. Hello, Shanks. Been out grinded. Dude, I'm impressed though.
All right, Rolling Thunder online for
Estrella. You put off some hours, man.
As well. Big ultimates for the retake. You do have 103 for Yeoman, who's 3 and 10, by the way. Really not able to find
we've got Sova ult, so we insta drone to try to see if there's anyone here. We say, oh, we have no stun on that, so it's not like it's the 100% sure kill combo.
Possibly more online for GenG as well, but Jemkin able to shut things down for the time being. Instant kill
Dude,
up against
GenG put a lot
Texture.
into this.
And as it continues to go on through, the Hunter Sphere as well from Yeoman, but Cushy still able to find a bit of a fract on through.
I mean, that's everybody down. While Yeoman was trying to scout out and do damage, the entire team gets shut down, and it starts with Texture just not being able to
had a bit of a read onto this one,
and create space
like
on the
insta
site.
starting on top of the box.
Holding a high angle, ready to combat any sort of util coming through. Because there's no breach, you're not in danger of a Rolling Thunder. Oh, okay. I don't see sites like that every day, but the Judge still doing wonders for Xfero. And Rolling Thunder Hunter's Fury saved on the side of RRQ, so now you can use that to combat things like the lockdown coming out from Foxy9.
There it is, that elevation. Even with a slide on through, truly showing once again that Jemkin has put in the work in slaying down Neons. The rest of the team there,
Joe Bry's getting excited
as well. Just a little bit unfortunate
within
for him to be
reach.
the last one left alive. That said, next round
money diff is outrageous.
Money.
We got
You have 3 ultimates though.
honestly, it's only one person that can't buy with a lost bonus.
Out, but it's be
and Zafero is perma playing Judge, picks up the rifle, drops it to a teammate, and buys the Judge back. Oh, he just got hit with the recon though.
Thanks to one recon.
Triple swing, yeah, they're making sure they don't get 3-person wrecked once they swing B this time.
But it's just too many people for him to drag down in time. And now RRQ starts to get curious. GenG, I mean, they've been doing this entire series. They say, all right, you want info? Come out and get it, because that's when RRQ oftentimes falters. Despite not having
droning over towards A, see if anyone's holding it with one.
And Cushy will back off.
Push them back. Probably pop up the wall now, and then we could just hit a site.
Information to kind of double back in to hold out this A site. But GenG are so comfortable now.
Yeah, they are making sure that no one's
Cushy might
overstepping.
Look to use Hunter's Fury if they don't hear the tap until the 30-second mark. We'll see if the delay is going to be something they want to bank on. It could backfire.
30 seconds left.
We'll have to wait and see. Tap coming through. Not going to happen just yet. RRQ
When does the
holding
wall
on to
go
their
down?
ultimates.
Let's actually get to back the site.
Still now though, Cushy from the sides, able to find a bit of a double.
My God, he tanked.
Ooh! But Carrot jumps ahead of it. Takes down
How is
it's all up to Cushy. 1-on-2, he tries to go in for that stick, but a little bit spot.
Oh my God, he got half.
Half HP, half spike, but Karen out from the other sides. And
yeah,
unfortunate for
sometimes that happens in Valorant.
It's
I guess
striking
tanks
back.
the edge of the breach or.
The stun gets
And he gets catapulted and one taps in midair.
Shot from Karon. Oh, we gotta see it. That has to be part of the replay match. We can't skip forward. We have to see it because. Okay, Cushies, that's great. Oh, we're gonna skip it. Oh,
we skipped it.
That was so ridiculous. He gets launched forward.
I know.
He just instantly swivels. I mean, yes, it's close range, but still.
Ridiculous with how Karen's able to play in this way.
Well, you still have the buys, but that's the Rolling Thunder, a big ultimate use, and that's relief from GenG, not having to deal with that breach.
Stun is just a stun, and he's able to play outside of the box that way, despite the status effects. Now next round, and it's
criminal, chat.
Right, a bit of spam through and inside of Garage as well. GenG still trying to look for some of these players.
Yeah, Xfero's still sticking with that judge, so really just saying, hey, my job is to
Munchkin
hold on
should
to
be
Garage
super
no
aware of this angle.
Trying to draw them in.
Like Munchkin should be straight up pre-aiming this, move into the back to make sure his swing's good.
Just yet, there's a drone.
Yeah, there we go. Because that is the most common thing that people do against it. And they dodge the ult.
Doesn't get any kills.
Yeah, trying to fish for it, but unfortunately, GenG quick to evade all of it. Now potentially maybe looking to tie up the score as 5 of them.
This guy goes down without getting 2. It's pretty much done. Okay, it's pretty much done for this. So they're going to try retake with a judge. Like, this guy's pretty wrecked.
Might be in position, but
especially if Viper gets over towards side. Wait, has Viper heard the flank behind? Okay, pick up a change of gun. I think he's not going to expect a Viper here because they normally turtle more on sight because the Viper puts smoke down.
Will be used for an attempt, but Monyet, he just doesn't find any targets just yet. Waiting for Munchkin to repeat.
This was impressive with GenG though, right? They lose Foxy9 and we just have Munchkin doing the duties of Foxy9. He also has the smoke lineup from this box, I think. Doesn't have to be on site to throw this.
GenG. Oh, he went for the hunt.
Yeah, Texture, I mean, he was the only one that really was close to his ultimate. That's not filled up yet, so now 2 away from the overdrive. That could still be a big one. Wouldn't be surprised on a timeout, but either way, would love to see an operator come out for RRQ as well. Not something they've been utilizing.
The Viper is good? Yeah, I like the Viper.
Rifle, but if you're able to just completely ignore C-side with that operator, help set up the Killjoy util on A-side once again, because that was working
it still does everything insanely good. It's just that other agents maybe got a little bit stronger.
At least to try to get ahead of it, but
not going to see either of those just yet. RQ, but
yeah, they go fast. Let's go recon onto short. Okay, we fast fake this. You would think the Omen ults over towards Heaven, but the Omen ult is actually over towards Spawn. Monyet, I respect. A lot of respect for that. Now what? And then Insta ignores, goes over towards site for the flash swing. Dude, Monyet is making some incredible decisions.
Down by RQ.
Really great call from Monyet to get prepared over by C-Main, reading that it was an entire fake by the Neon. This is just RQ reading exactly what the plan was off of from the shadows, then the sprint in from the Neon. Munchkin still gets a kill. There's still a chance. It's GenG.
There's a big chance here because
you have Pit available.
The Viper ult, if you get over towards the side, it's got to be appealing. This guy might get wrecked. No more. Oh, he has another TP.
With the recon.
And I think his mate shot the recon he did, I didn't see.
There are players out towards C.
So the turret is still watching A short, but not.
Gotta be tempting to use the Viper ult. Yeah.
I would assume there's not
with the turret watching short, they might think it's like a little play on short. So
I wonder if RQ's gonna have an answer for it. They don't have the drone. They do have the recon.
And Jemkin alongside
okay, this guy clears short as well. He crosses. Oh, with Viper in this one.
Munchkin still needing.
Because she has a recon.
Of work despite the Viper's pit. Has the shorty. And hugs
the call is to go heavy Heaven with Jemkin sending out with the dash.
It's only for a link. The spike, yeah, if it's planted on default, it's going to be outside of it.
Yeoman has a recon for when they go in.
Yo, man, they should have suspected the
recon. This recon could be big
now
if
they
it didn't
realize
get shot.
Mistake. Munchkin, does he find the timing? Jemkin gets one. Munchkin, he peeks out and
handled, very nicely handled.
Fishing for the Viper in the pit. And RRQ
will once again take the lead. Did get a little bit scary.
Incredible round. An
Yeoman pretty much had to get a double on that first swing,
They had the numbers, they had the plays against You know, an attempt at a fake from GenG. Early.
Why not Viper the spike? It just won't. It will give them too much space. You would think. You got to go for one of the choke points there.
So quick,
they would just get too much space around the ult.
And down to the
And you would just be in the middle watching like every single angle. Like you would end up just ulting here, and then just be spinning around constantly as they get every angle around you. You got to do what he did here, which is just block off a choke. Like RRQ just handled it well by going all heaven. Foxy9 has his ult, Xafero has counter ult if they want that.
To try to reclaim that site. There's no Hunter's Fury on the other side, just lockdowns on both.
At least for now, just sensing that drone.
So GenG has the read, right? If the turret is here, that's really just hampering our ability to create these lurks with that toxic screen to mask that information. So now the question is thrown back to RRQ. Will you go for a reclear? Will you come back out into our sites? And Cushy answers with a drone first. Left a little bit open, but the alarm bot there to guard A main.
Yeah, got the run molly for that.
Okay, there it is.
Fair. Ooh, I think we're sending this. I think we are sending this one.
Presses on the offensive. Cushy inside the
Recovery was good. Keep an eye on the ult. They gotta break it. Dude, Cushy owned it, and the fact that there is no pings anymore meant that when they're in the smoke trying to shoot it, they couldn't properly see it. And the last two got detained. Cushy played incredibly well. Shout out to Mon. Yep, that smoke won him the rounds. But what a beast play this was on site.
Just look at how locked in he is, and there's the transfer. Match point for RRQ. Can they stay patient enough to finally get their long-earned revenge?
What a big win this would be.
It's always been GenG taking that win. 5 losses against the Korean Tigers.
Yeah, Joe was already celebrating.
Right at the precipice of crossing that finishing line.
Oh, you can tell, yo, man. I mean, we all saw the scoreboard. He's probably being really harsh on himself right now, but you don't have time for that. So hopefully the coaching staff, Munchkin, you know, the core team, they're able to bring everybody back together.
The dealing with the smoke on site, it's hard. It's a lot harder when there's a Killjoy ult that has 8 seconds until it's popping as well. Because you're kind of forced to go all the way around site.
The Killjoy setup, while noted,
people are jumping in.
Again, at the end of the day, wasn't successfully broken thanks to that lockdown. So presumably, they go for something
people don't
similar.
always play inside it as well.
The real
like
question
Cushy.
is, GenG, do they have an answer for the C
People normally
site?
play the corner and don't play
paid
inside.
attention to it in the past several rounds.
They had full info on short, right? Which is why I think he didn't have to worry about short. I feel like there was a turret here.
Right now, he's still needing to deal
2 chances. Texture backup gun for his ult, and Cushy still has his Sova ult.
But it will just be faster.
I say still. I feel like he used it pretty recently.
Still have your lockdown, so if you can
Guess he
secure
fragged out so heavy.
try to get through.
Did Plat Chat pred for this? Yes, it was 3 against 1, and Chobra said RRQ.
Yeah, but look at this setup. I mean, RRQ, they just want to fight them here.
Chobra's been believing since day 1.
They want to fish for this information, but will they survive?
I think that's right.
The scouting. Estrella gets ahead as well. High risk play. But oh, this is a fast reclear. You know that they're not set up anymore for it.
Straight up.
He's so excited. Look, it's such a good move though. Pressure over towards short, insta clear. With no sound as well. No sound, no util. They have no idea they insta recleared this. This flank is fast. The Killjoy alarm bot is not placed down, chat. They have no idea. Foxy9 in the biggest rounds hasn't put an alarm bot in. He puts it on the spawn, so it's on charge, in charge for Munchkin to watch behind. Ball's down, and now they kind of got to react by pushing spawn, though.
And the lockdown just by a bit more
Wait,
time.
the server all missed the ult.
I mean, that was the only solution.
He got a kill though.
Even faster than RRQ, but the
Dude, he goes for the kill. I respect that.
RRQ finding the numbers against them.
Caron with the read.
He's gonna get hit by the
He
drone.
realizes it's a full wraparound as he didn't even care about the lockdown. Can he hold on to that smoke? Holding close range, they have to suspect this. It's a pinch coming in from Garage. Jemkin ready for it. Caron gets traded by Xafero. Texture alone in the backside. Foxy9 now refilling it. 2 members of GenG left up against the 3. It's a crossfire. Estrella last alive as the IGL. Can he beat out Foxy9? He cannot!
Holy Foxy, I think there's no time on it anyway.
Will breathe life back into GenG once more.
Keeps them alive.
Dragging them back in from the depths.
2v3 as well. Foxy managed to get 2 of them.
Ticking away as
God,
well.
honestly, he pulls the minimap like 20 seconds in after they've re-cleared short, and the alarm bot's being used for sight, or like the alarm bot's on him. I think that one's done. Like I really do. They did so good in the 2v3.
In with the lockdown as well, just keeping things ahead of RRQ as they tried to set up that flank.
Manya looking for a cheeky kill in that smoke, but
big sigh of relief after.
Oh, and that's gonna call for the timeout. I mean, this always feels like a bit of a gamble, but RRQ cooling things off, resetting.
Well, RRQ would win that one. Yeah, they pretty much had it.
So close.
I still haven't checked your message, by the way. I'll check it. I'll check it today.
Knocking them down. It's not about the match win anymore. It's about can we stay in the upper running?
Joba's hyped up. Joba's been waiting like what, 2+ years for this. I feel like
last chance before overtime.
this is 2 years of having belief in a team that keeps getting wrecked.
Calling in timeout on the defensive side, not too
bad. Who's Joba's the caster?
They got to rethink, some of the decisions and how GenG might play out the next round.
Is this a limb? This is upper bracket.
We'll see what the discussion is, because I feel like a full switch up on the setups of Killjoy is a bit of a gamble. You still trust in that default? Yeah, they do. It's going to be the Killjoy
one last
setup,
chance.
the op in that last round.
Ooh.
But this could come back to bite them, and they have to give up A site.
Dude,
so right
I
now,
love how Zafiro is literally judge only.
A,
and this time he's in the corner over towards short. Honestly, this is an underrated pose. I've never really played here, Parma, but it should be pretty good. Just if they take short and go on site, you're wrecked. Like if they pinch, you're wrecked. They're pinching. He might be wrecked. If they speed up on short, he gets kills. If they go slow on short, he doesn't.
Straight in they go. Makushi's there and ready to receive. Oh,
what is that?
Texture able to slide on through.
Texture does the weird headshot bug where your head's bobbing everywhere and he somehow full blind killed someone while sliding. And they wait for the smoke and Australia can't get one. One yet? Okay, this kind of is the raid boss though, 26-16.
2 members, 1 standing in the cubby. One of them has to enter outside. Meanwhile, Spike still being held in hell. The patience from GenG waiting. And Jemkin also waiting himself.
Spike planted.
Did he spot him? Yo-Man seems to have. Waiting for it, waiting for a timing on the arrow. No, GenG doesn't know just yet.
Boy.
Munchkin spots him, they know it's 7.
You got to speed up as well somehow.
There's so few options. Can you pick up a rifle here right at the entrance? They're ready for it. They realize that he doesn't have much of an option. Munchkin swings out, and it's overtime. We go again.
Okay.
GenG.
2 chances.
Just
gone.
When the op was
devastating for RRQ.
them, they managed to go in that full commit, plant themselves firmly inside of the smoke. I mean, continuously strafing.
Give me the kill.
Just to throw
What is that? What is that?
Even with Cushy being able to gun down at least 1 or 2, still wasn't quite enough against this GenG, who are able to stay on top.
No timeouts from either coaches. We go straight back in. RRQ on the attack. Jemkin at
Texture
26 kills.
on defense gets the op out. Wants to go aggro short.
And now it's an operator for Texture. Going glass cannon, looking to shut them down. He'll meet him. It's going to be an A hit.
Whoa. He slid into it, Chad. He got an extra. He got another 120 damage as well. He insta-popped the slide to get there early. That was kind of sick, to be fair. Dude, that's a big investment these days. The 1 slide takes down smokes as well, instantly goes towards heaven.
Oh, he hides away. Drone hasn't spotted him yet. It will now, and he gets pushed out. That's the
Okay, they do leave sight though.
But they have no smokes to delay the retake. So they will have to
fight.
They
go wall to retake.
Fight is what they do best.
If you have wall to retake, do they do like a one-way of the smoke? I don't even know.
That angle on the boxes. Ready for the recons as well. Drone comes out first. Who's ready to eliminate that information? Jemkin will get spotted. Nano Swarm gets popped. Second one cleared.
Time continuing to tick. The rest of the team holding up for the
Flash
short, just
recon
mark that
combo.
heaven angle.
Flash goes in, recon at the same time, passing in under, missed the recon.
He gets two, but immediately GenG
It's unlucky for Jemkin. He tried to one-shot the recon, missed. I think he like was already adjusting for the people jumping out of heaven. A great retake. Shout out to Texture for that first kill. Incredible.
More difficult on the delay. The Nanostorm bought a bit of time, but down to it all at the end, Jemkin was only able to get a couple. Too many players from GenG.
The slide
they
investment.
all had the same game plan in mind, working together to break down the post plant from RRQ.
This is just a hard read. Recognizing that it's going to be a hit because you saw that he uses the slide just to get ahead. It was always meant to be a blind shot in because of that choke point. Now a switch up from RRQ on the defensive position.
Chobra did the plat chat if RRQ lose with Chobra will be incredible. Yeoman does tank a good amount of damage. Down to half.
In a dangerous position if he drones here. There's no backup, but there's no one to follow up from GenG just yet. Counter drone being used. They recognize the elevation. Jemkin gonna have to show that he's dropped. Oh, look at the fast clears. GenG, they've picked things up. They struggled a lot with that macro, but now both sides pressured already.
Okay, pressure over towards
short.
short.
An option but to hold the default.
Did he? I think he was late, right? He didn't see him cross back. So that for sure is going to keep two people here. We don't have the fast reclear like we had earlier. Smoke goes all the way over towards spawn. As soon as they see this flying through the air, though, they should know.
It's meant to delay.
And they could stun through Garage, right? Where are we? Where's the stun? They could stun Garage and swing.
Smokes as well.
Oh,
waiting for
double smokes back as Saint.
Still holding, but GenG,
Onyet still has his omen flash. Karen still has his omen flash. They both go out. The recon's done it. They omen flash recon. Dude, the omen flash recon won on both rounds.
But it's going to be Karon with 3! The rookie is back, no longer a rookie. Experience under his belt, already an international trophy, and he holds close.
Hey, man,
Could it be the ace to close things out? He gets the spray, eventually falls.
Okay, dude, what an absolute game this was. I feel so bad for RRQ, but they had their chances. GenG. Hey, shout out to Foxy9, man. I was not expecting this kind of performance from him. Karen heavy stepped it up in overtime as well. And Yeoman's util was a big reason why they won overtime also. Dude, what a game.
Player playing inside of those smokes and taking those fights head on with a flash to clear out